Okay, before we get into the video. So this is the wand that I actually got from Harry Potter World, and it's like the very classic wand because it's the one that, like, if you've been to Harry Potter World, there's like a wand thing and you can get chosen potentially out of your group for a wand to choose you, and this is the wand that chose me. And yes, I know it's all a scheme because this is literally the same price as like Voldemort's wand, but it's plain. But it chose me, so I literally had to, and like it works if I go to Harry Potter World. But then this one is the one that one of you guys made me when I first started here on BookTube for my birthday. So like, it's honestly so beautiful, but I never bring out my real wand. So we had to. So, hey everyone, it's me again, Brittany, and I'm here today to do my TBR for April, which is also my O.W.L.s Magical Readathon TBR. The Magical Readathon, if you didn't know, is the readathon that's hosted by G over at Book Roast. She puts on this whole shebang. She has put so much, I should put these down or I'm gonna hurt myself. She puts on this whole shebang of just an amazing readathon that takes place over the course of a month. This is the O.W.L.s, which is the O.W.L.s, the Ordinary Wizarding level exams that are definitely based off of the Harry Potter series. She also has the Newts that happen later on in the year, and she has actually other readathons that are sprinkled throughout, like week-long versions, and she just puts so much work into it. By the way, if you guys haven't seen my bullet journal video, you should check it out. But I printed out some of the papers. Oh, I feel like this is really washed out. Am I really washed out? Oh no. I'm sorry if the lighting's weird. This is the first time filming in my new filming area in my new book room. This is like, it was at this moment that somehow lipstick got on my teeth. Don't worry, I mean, it gets worse before it gets better, but eventually it goes away. Like, officially the background you guys are gonna see from now on. That's cool, right? A bookshelf reorganization video should be going up soon, by the way, so watch out for that. If I'm washed out, I'm sorry again. But I printed out some of the printouts that she has. She just puts so much effort into it, and I absolutely love participating in it. It's a really fun readathon. I will be sure to link her video with all of the explanation down below so that you guys can check it out. And yeah, without further ado, let's kind of get into my April TBR. It is mostly an O.W.L.s TBR because it is a month-long readathon. I am going to be vlogging this, by the way. I forgot that I normally vlog this kind of thing, so the first week didn't happen, but just wait for the other ones. We do have kind of a hefty pile here. By the way, do you like my green cardigan? This was totally an accident. I did not mean to wear gray and green today, but it worked out so perfectly because I was meant to film this TBR, and I am a Slytherin, if you guys didn't know, with a lot of non-Slytherin accessories, but that's fine. But where was I? Also, I'm running off of like 0 hours of sleep, so I'm so sorry if I'm scatterbrained this entire video. I feel scatterbrained. Anyways, somehow I have amassed quite a pile of books that I would like to read for this month, even though my career doesn't require that many books. I decided that this readathon I am going to be an Auror, but there's only 5 classes that I have to pass for my O.W.L.s, and those are Charms, Defense Against the Dark Arts, Herbology, Potions, and Transfiguration. Oh my gosh, did I remember all of them? Look at me go! Okay, cool. And each of them have their own prompt, so I'm gonna first walk us through those, and then I'll sprinkle in also some extra books that I plan to read for the month, so yeah, it's definitely more than just the 5 books that I needed to, but what's new? I mean, it's not like I'm gonna be leaving my house this entire month, so there's that. Oh, let me actually try and turn down the light. I feel really washed out. So there was also lipstick in my teeth for I don't even know how long, so we love that for me. We love this journey, so let's just dive in, honestly. Let's start with Charms. I'm gonna be reading off of my little book, by the way, because I can't remember the prompts, which is fine, you know? So for the subject of Charms, the prompt is going to be Lumos Maxima, which is white cover. And see, I really should have looked at what the classes were gonna be and what the prompts were before I chose to be an Auror. I really just dove into Auror being like, yeah, that's what I want to do. I'm watching a lot of Criminal Minds right now. This is actually the backup career that I had last year because last year I went full throttle and I wanted to be an alchemist. So that is the hardest career, or at least it was in the time. I'm pretty sure it still is though, but it was difficult. I definitely succeeded, at least for the O.W.L.s. I think think for the newts I missed it by like 1 or 2 classes, something like that. But I decided that this year I wanted to go a little bit easier and either pick again between like astronomy or horror. And when I chose horror, I didn't even look at the prompts, and none of the books that I am currently reading or planned on reading for this month fit into almost any of these categories. So sorry, there's something in my eyeball. But I did end up finding a pretty good replacement for the charms category, and that's gonna be, I'm like paranoid now. And that's gonna be The Queen of Nothing by Holly Black. This is the 3rd book in the Cruel Prince trilogy. I have talked about this quite a few times. This has actually been on my TBR, I think, every single month so far for this year. And in my 20 books that I have to read in 2020 list, like, you guys have heard me talk about this series quite a lot. You probably already know what's going on. Just in case you are new here though, this has to do with Jude, who is a human in the fairy lands, and the fae, the fairies, they don't really love humans and they love being tricky, and Cardon, specifically the prince of this land, loves to be especially cruel to her, and they kind of feed off of each other's energy and are just cruel to each other, and it's full of morally gray people, and what more could I ask for, you know what I mean? So I'm really excited to try and finally pick this up. I'm kind of glad that I managed to wiggle this into this TBR, and hopefully I actually do read it, because I should have read this the moment it came out. I'm still shocked I haven't seen any spoilers, and I'm very proud of myself, so we have to get on that before I see a spoiler, you know what I mean? The next subject I have to complete is Defense Against the Dark Arts, and the prompt is O.W.L.s, book set at the sea/coast. And this one I was actually really excited when I read the prompt. I already knew exactly what book I should pick up for it, and that's gonna be All the Stars and Teeth by Adeline Grace. This is the Owl Crate edition, that's why it's fancy and pretty and cute. But I actually was so excited for this book. This is in my most anticipated releases of the year, and I was really hyped when we got it in the Owl Crate. I mean, I ordered the Book of the Month version as well, so I have 2 versions now, so I really hope I like it. But it's just the perfect kind of like YA pirate siren situation. Basically, we're in this kingdom where every single person that lives in this kingdom can decide on what kind of magic they want to have. They aren't born with a certain kind, they just get to pick whatever they want to do, and it's all really fun except for the heir to the throne, because she has to be able to perform soul magic, and if she can't perform it, then she cannot ascend to the throne. And on the day of her testing, where she has to prove that she is a pro at soul magic, something goes awry, and she has to go on a daring adventure with a beautiful and mysterious pirate, and they're going across the seas in these supposedly siren-infested waters where the sirens are singing a song of revenge. And if that doesn't scream O.W.L.s to you, I don't know what to tell you. But I love pirates. I love pirates and I love sirens. Like, very unpopular opinion right now. Don't cancel me. I actually do like Pirates of the Caribbean Stranger Tides. The one where it's just, you know, Johnny Depp and the really pretty mermaid sirens and that one hot dude. I liked that movie. Oh, and Penelope Cruz, right? Oh, so good. I really like it, and I'm still pretty mad that it's the only Pirates movie that's not on Disney Plus. Like, what kind of... whatever. The next subject is gonna be herbology, and let me just read you the prompt. So it is Mimblus Mimbletonia, title starting with an I. And G was very specific about this. It's not a title that has like the or and then an I in front of it. It has to start with an I. And I don't have a book that fits in that category. I mean, I have one, but I just really don't want to read it for the month, and I don't want to force myself to read it just because it fits the prompt. So I'm kind of cheating. I mean, please guys, if you do have a recommendation for me of a book that starts with the letter I that isn't like Illuminate or Ignite Me, because I've read those, please send them down in the comments, because I would like to not have to cheat for this. But I feel like my cheat is fair, okay? Because I'm just gonna read the Infernal Devices. The one issue, obviously, is that, first of all, it's not a single book that starts with I, it's just the series that's called The Infernal Devices. Second issue, obviously it has the in front of I, so it technically already didn't count, but I'm making myself read 3 whole books to fit one prompt. I have to read the whole series for me to be able to cheat in the way that I want to cheat. And I really do think that this is going to be like the best option for me, just because I've been meaning to reread the Infernal Devices for quite a while now. I did start Clockwork Angel 2 months ago, and I still haven't like picked it back up since, because I really wanted to do a reread of these before I started Chain of Gold. And now it works out really, really well, because I mean, we'll talk about it a little bit later, but I'm in a Shadowhunter mood, you know? And I just really feel like it's going to be a lot of fun. And the thing is even though it is like a set rule and it's like cheating, G does say that like the rules are there, but like it's more important for you to have fun in the readathon, which I know I would have fun either way, but I just feel like this is like the best option. I mean, again, if you do have a recommendation for me of a book that starts with I, leave it down below. I'll be sure to check them out, because if there is one that like sings my name, then I mean, I'll easily replace it. I would rather not cheat on this, but for now, the Infernal Devices. Again, do give me some recommendations. I would love to actually be following the rules for this, but if I'm not, at least I'm forcing myself to read 3 whole books to cheat. Like, my cheat is putting more work on myself, which I feel like, I mean, it evens out, you know? I don't know. And if you didn't already know, the Infernal Devices is the 2nd trilogy that Cassandra Clare ever made in the Shadowhunter universe, and it is actually a prequel to the Mortal Instruments, but it's amazing. We follow Will and Tessa and Jem, and it's London in the Victorian era. We love the petticoats and dresses and corsets and Shadowhunter goodness. So I mean, I really love the Infernal Devices. And now for potions, it is a book that's under 150 pages, a shrinking solution, which I knew being a Slytherin would be a good idea with potions, you know? I mean, Snape, you got my back. But anyways, the book that I'm planning on reading for that is Aquacorn Cove by Katie O'Neill. I feel like you guys are seeing a ton of repeats in this TBR. I have been terrible at sticking with TBRs lately. I've been terrible at reading in general lately, but I feel like now that my move is over and I'm like settled into my new place, I might actually have the motivation to pick up books again, which is really, really fun. And I really would love to read Aquacorn Cove. I just thought it's just such a sweet book. Katie O'Neill's writing is so whimsical. Her drawings are so whimsical. I've said it so many times, guys. I mean, it's just such a good time, and they're really fast and simple and sweet, and it just always makes you feel good after. And I feel like if you are looking for a feel-good read in this kind of scary time, definitely check out Katie O'Neill's work if you can get your hands on it. Obviously, stay at home to do it, but I am really, really happy that I actually have a work of hers that I haven't read for this time, because, you know, if things get to be a little bit too much or I'm stressed out or I just need to unwind, this is going to be the perfect unwind book, and it just fits in so well for the potions prompt, so I'm really excited. This one specifically, I think I've talked about before, but it's leaning more on saving the marine life in her coastal town, and I just think it's going to be really, really sweet. I love animals. I love Katie O'Neill, okay? I mean, we've been new. Anyways, so for the very last prompt, we have Transfiguration, and the prompt is Animagus Lectura, book/series that includes shapeshifting. And this one was actually a pretty easy incorporation for me, because I have been rereading the Mortal Instruments. If you guys have noticed, if you follow me on Twitter, you've probably been getting my Goodreads updates. I've been listening to them on audio. It's a really good time, and I am on City of Lost Souls for this month. This series definitely includes shapeshifting. I mean, there's werewolves, there's vampires, there's shadowhunters, there's demons, there's everything under the sun, and I am really excited that it fits so perfectly. Again, Mortal Instruments is the original series. This is the OG one, the one that, I mean, technically the last 3 books came after Infernal Devices, so I would read the first 3 books, Infernal Devices, then the last 3 books in the Mortal Instruments. You catch my drift? Publishing order, basically. But yeah, City of Lost Souls is the 5th book in the 6-book series, and I also want to read City of Heavenly Fire by Cassandra Clare, which is the finale in the series. It's really great. I've actually never reread the series in general, but also all together all over again ever since City of Heavenly Fire came out, so it's really, really cool to just kind of relive everything, see how much stuff I'd forgotten, and just kind of fall back in love with the Shadowhunter world, because I really feel like after Dark Artifices, I had fallen out of love with it, and I wasn't even really excited about Chain of Gold, so I'm glad that this reread has kind of sparked that, you know, that special something in me again. But I feel like I really don't need to explain what these are about. I mean, they're the Shadowhunter books. I mean, there's a really bad TV series, there's a pretty bad movie as well. Everyone knows what these are, I feel like. But I mean, I will try and leave all the books linked down below just in case you guys want more information on them, so check my description if you have any questions. All right, wait. And now for the books that I had planned to read for this month that really just don't fit under any of the prompts that I had. And that's gonna be obviously Crescent City. I started this last month when it came out. I've been taking my sweet time with it. It's not this copy that I started. This is actually the tour edition, which I think might still be available on Waterstones, which is really cool because obviously Sarah J Maas had to cancel her tour, so the tour editions for her European tour are being sold on Waterstones, and I got myself a copy and it's just so pretty. But I started Crescent City last month. I made it most of the way through, but then I had to start moving and I obviously stopped reading while I was moving. I mean, I just really couldn't concentrate on two things at the same time. I'm not a good multitasker. So I still have the last half of this book to finish and I am so hyped about it. I know that this is probably gonna be the next book that I finish, like physically. Yeah, I wish it fit under one of the categories. It doesn't, not really. I was gonna fit it under white book cover, but it's not even white. It's like cream and red. So also Crescent City is again Sarah J Maas's newest book and it is absolutely phenomenal. It takes place in Lunathion and we follow Bryce, who just starts off the story very tragically. She is a party girl and she loves her best friends, and something very tragic happens to her best friends and she is kind of set on a mission to bring vengeance to what happens to her friends. If you read the summary, then you know what happens, but I don't want to say it just in case you haven't because it is like kind of a spoiler. So something bad happens to her friends, she wants to get vengeance for it, and she meets a really hot angel along the way, which I absolutely, yeah. I mean, Sarah J Maas can do no wrong in my eyes. So, and the next book that I wanted to read for this month is gonna be Even the Darkest Stars by Heather Fawcett. I actually downloaded the audiobook for this last month in preparation for my move before I realized I was going to be binging the entire Shadowhunter series. So I already downloaded it on Audible, so I really do want to get to it, and I'm hoping that once I finish City of Heavenly Fire, my like audiobook Shadowhunter bug will be cured and I'll be able to move on to something else, and that's going to be Even the Darkest Stars. I don't know too much about this. I'm pretty sure that it has to do with a girl who is set on a mission because there's some kind of illness happening. Now that I'm thinking about it, this might not be like the best thing for some people to read if you're very anxious during this quarantine period, but let me check. Oh no, she's just tasked with mapping the mountains. Okay, so her and her sister like are in a battle to climb one of the most treacherous mountains in the kingdom because the kingdom wants a map of it, and they are kind of like racing against each other but also trying to protect each other. I'm also pretty sure there's something about dragons in here because we got a really cute dragon keychain in a fairy loot box and that's what initially ignited my interest. So I am excited to listen to it and I'm really hoping I like it, and I really hope that the dragons are actually in it and it's not something I made up. So yeah, that's kind of it actually for all the books that I want to read this month. Again, this is kind of a loose TBR. If I find books that fit better into some of these categories, then maybe I'll lean more towards those. Other than that, that's gonna kind of be it for this video today. I am so yeah, we're double wanding it. But that's gonna be it for this video today, guys. I really hope that you had fun. Thank you so much for being patient with me while all of this insanity was happening in my life. It luckily calmed down right before the storm, so I am now just sitting at home and trying to plan some good content for you. So leave some comments down below, let me know what you would love to see, leave me your recommendations for anything that you think might fit better with these prompts, and let me know if you're going to be participating in the magical readathon. Also, I did want to mention, I do know that the Reading Rush recently posted that they're going to be having a mini readathon during this month. I'm still not sure if I'm going to be participating in it. I need to double check the actual prompts for the readathon, but I was really kind of leaning towards just concentrating on the owls and having fun in this Harry Potter themed adventure. Oh, I probably should have picked Chamber of Secrets for one of these because I still haven't read that. Well, it's too late now. But yeah. Alright, that's gonna be it for this video today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I love you so much. I hope you're staying very safe, and I will see you in my next one. Goodbye. Knox. Wait, let's think. I got 2 wands. One for the killing curses and one for the Expelliarmuses. We don't know. If you were just like, oh shoot, that didn't work. Wait, one more try. Like just chilling. Today, you know,